My diet, I should also say at the beginning, this diet is to make me as strong as I possibly can. So, you know, it's definitely not, you know, the Mark Bell no carb diet at all. I'm just eating to be the strongest human being on the planet. So some of the stuff you might be a little surprised by, but you know, I have a dietitian that I work with. He shoots me over the diet. I don't ask questions. I just eat, and most of the time I get a smile at some of the stuff that I get to eat. So meal number one is kind of my choice of cereal. So I think today I'm gonna go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I like that a lot. And then I have 8 eggs and then peanut butter. So that's what we're gonna kick off with here. So I'm gonna start getting the pan going here. It'll be like we're filming a cooking show, right? A strongman cooking show. Should be fun. So everything's still, even though I'm eating something like this is just pretty much to get in and out fast. This meal, even though it's 8 eggs and all that, it doesn't seem to really fill me up. And I get through it pretty quickly, and then I'm hungry again, which is exactly what we want. We want it in and out. So you'll see kind of every meal is going to have protein and carbs in it through the day, and we just vary the sources. But it's really in and out. We want the engine burning, so to speak, all day long. So definitely got to try to make food taste good. I'm not even close to a chef, but normally I'll throw a little bit of seasoning on or whatever to make it easier to eat. But normally for me, it's simple, effective. That's what we're going for, is just whatever makes it a little bit easier to eat and get down. So one thing I would say with eggs that I've learned over the years is you don't want to cook them too long. You want to make sure they're still soft, because they're in a big quantity easier to eat if they're not quite hard. You don't want them to overcook. So that's what I kind of do with my eggs, is keep them a little bit softer so it's easier to kind of eat them quickly. And when you're eating, you know, this is lower. Sometimes we'll go up to 12 eggs at one time. So you want to make sure that you can get those down without having to work too much at all. So these are about good here. If I'm hungry, some days I'm literally just, I can't eat enough. I'm hungry. And then other days it's like not hungry, but I have to force the food. So then if I come to that 2-hour window and I'm not hungry, then I have to just eat anyway. So this one, like I said, it seems like this gets in and out pretty quickly for me. And that's what we want. So and especially coming off of such a heavy training last night with the bigger deadlift, and anytime I do that, I typically have the day afterwards, my body's normally craving a lot of food and a lot of calories. So that's good, because then we'll fire through this. I'll get hungry in half an hour, maybe not even an hour, and then I'll go right into my next meal, which is great. Eating for me, I've said this a lot, but it's the hardest part, because it's constant, and you don't ever stop. Like from the time I wake up, you eat, and literally until I go to bed, and then I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is eat, and then I do it all day again, you know. So I don't ever get just chill out and be like, you know, I'm not gonna eat, you know. That's not an option. But training is fun. People think the training's the hard part. It's not really, because that's fun. I get to go kind of let loose and train and do what I want to do. But this is what helps me perform. So it's kind of go hand in hand. But this is you know, you get to train for a few hours maybe during the day, but this is all day, you know, constantly. So it's you know, it's a necessary evil, so to speak. That's kind of what I would have about that much. Maybe I have to talk for a little bit. We're gonna kind of count the calories up here. So for the first meal, the cereal and eggs was like 1,200, 1,300 calories, give or take. So it's a good start. Obviously, I think that's probably what like figure and competitors, that type of thing, would eat in an entire day, 1,200 calories or something. Maybe if they're really restricted, but we'll be totally, obviously, way above that. So we are going to go into. Now we've had about an hour since my first meal. So meal number 2 for me will be a protein shake and granola bars and peanut butter. So we'll let's do the shake here. So this one, what I'm going for is about roughly 80 grams of protein. So fill this guy up. You're not quite, and this is a bigger shaker. This is like a 40-ounce shaker. So I don't typically like everything for me is bigger. So I found those and I was pretty happy because the smaller shakers just don't cut it. So and this is just a whey protein. So I'm gonna do this is 25. I believe it is 25. Yes. 25 grams of protein per scoop. So I'm just going to do 3 scoops and then I'll throw a little bit extra just to try to get closer to that 80. So there's 1, 2, three, and then we'll just throw just a little bit more there. For meal number 2 here, all together, we just kind of calculated out the calories. It's not quite 1,100 right there. So I think with breakfast was, what did we say on that one? 13?
So this is your total.
Okay. So right now with 2 meals, we're just above 2,300 calories, give or take. So we're doing good with that. Off to a good start. So we are now getting ready for meal number 3 of the day. Now we'll get into some meat and pasta. So this will be my beef that I get is from a local farm. So it's all certified, organic, grass-fed, amazing is what it is. So I'll cook that, and then we'll cook some just regular angel hair pasta, and then I get to have that with a red pasta sauce. So this is a good meal. It's kind of a staple that kind of comes in and out of my diet, but I definitely do a lot of beef typically. So this beef is amazing. So it's, there's a lot of talk certainly about different beefs and why one's higher quality or better. The biggest thing I think for me is, other than the taste, and it's incredible, the grass-fed, and especially this beef that's all certified awesome, I can digest it so quickly. So way back when I used to buy beef from the grocery store, I remember I was trying to eat a huge quantity of it, and it was just like a lump in my stomach. And I could just tell when I switched to grass-fed, the huge difference was I felt better and I could digest it a lot easier, and it's healthier for your body. If you do a little bit of research on that, it's incredible, the benefits. So certainly something to look into if you're not doing that. But yeah, and the local, if you can find anything local, like here in Colorado, there's a lot of grass-fed beef that you can find from farmers, and that typically is the best. I mean, getting it from the grocery store is good as well, but the next level is to do that. So that's even better. So what we're looking at here with this meal is a little bit over 2,200 calories total for this meal, and then this, after I finish this, I'll bring my daily intake right now to just over 4,500, and this is, like I said, with my 3rd meal. So we're on track. We're doing good. Keeping it rolling. I'm feeling still pretty hungry, which is great. So hopefully this one, I can fire this down and still feel that way here in another hour and a half, something like that. So get this started, make it happen.